Dame la botella que funda pa' gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bebe. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito pa' mí, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo pa' ti. Lo que tengo pa' ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to, well, shoot, I want to say like a sad nation, but here, you know, we kind of called it here, but welcome back to Primetime Series. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil, and like always, my co-host, Gametime Bryan. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, Bryan, man. Welcome back, sir.
Welcome back. What's going on, Primetime Phil? What's going on, brother? We talk every day almost, but they don't talk to you as much, so what's up, man? What's up, brother?
Nothing. I actually, there's some times where I can't jump on the chat, but I do see that you're on the Zoom, so I kind of leave it on in the background to see, you know, people's takes and stuff. But man, like you kind of already jumped on this Micah Parsons. We haven't been able to do that on this channel. Kind of brought it before we eventually bring obviously the pregame for the Thursday night game against the Philadelphia Eagles on the opener. But I kind of want to get this in a subject, something we could talk about with the trade, something that we can voice our frustrations as fans, maybe celebrate whatever the way that you want to kind of do it.
Sure.
You know, but Bryan, man, welcome, sir. I know it's been a little bit of time, but how are you feeling about this whole thing? Going into this weekend.
I was doing my Voss Lombardi. He was like, show, but I did the old eye thing because he wears glasses because one eye goes this way, one eye goes that way. I'm sorry. Listen, I had a vent session yesterday. You were texting me. I was sleeping. This week is my last week, and then I'm back on the street starting Wednesday of next week. So I'll be back to normal-ish hours. So I'm up very early, so it's rough. So I woke up to literally over 100 text messages, 100 and whatever, just from everybody. And it was more of an event session. I got a couple nasty emails, Phil, basically saying, I expected more from you and the guys. How dare you? This is horrible.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, if you followed us, these are things that we said. We didn't mind if they traded, and we didn't mind if they signed. Like, just choose a lane and stick with it, you know, and kind of get it out of the way before the season started. And obviously, before the draft would have been amazing, but, you know, you got to take what you can get with these Cowboy owners, you know?
Yeah, is it? Listen, it's not good. Nobody's saying it's good.
Mm-mm.
But, you know, when you could get a player, a three-time Pro Bowler at the defensive line. I get it. He's on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
He was hurt last year with a toe. He broke his toe or something.
Bone spur and stuff like that.
Yeah, something. But he didn't have a good year last year because he was hurt, even though some fan bases don't give you credit for any of that. He's a very good player. More importantly, Phil, this is an issue with the front office. Okay, I want to go through it line by line. This show should be about Micah. Mm-hmm. Everybody, I'm not going to be negative. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm not going to be negative. I loved what they got, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. Before we go into the subject, I want you to go into the open mind as we are not a Micah fan and we are not a Jerry Jones fan. We are a Cowboys fan, and we're going to kind of tell it how we see it. On both sides and what we feel is the benefit, and I'll give you the benefits of what I feel as well too. So it's going to be one of those kind of shows.
Yeah. Well, let's start at the beginning, right? Let's start at this, and this is, this will help out or maybe accommodate or whatever the word is. I can't believe they did this. Okay, This is a systemic problem that starts in the front office from the top down, okay? It got toxic, okay? They didn't mind paying. They're talking about 2, 3, 4 players to replace him or even more. They could spend the money. Not if you address it earlier in the contract cycle. Micah should have been addressed last year. you would have gotten him a lot cheaper. And, and on top of that, why did it take Micah Parsons being, the relationship with Micah being, where you could not fix it, right? Irreparable damage. Why did it take that, Phil, for us to say, well, we need to stop the run, so we need to go get this boy who's really good at stopping the run? What does one have to do with the other? That's my issue with this whole thing. We'll get into the positive. I know Vinny Hagen's in here.
Well, we got a lot of positives, got a lot of negatives.
There's
I got
a lot of positive. But
Yes.
let's start with the negative. They should have dealt with the contract a year ago, like always.
Like every single
and
one of
why
them,
are we
yeah.
lumping in the run defense with Micah? You could have went out and gotten a Ryan Clark, or whatever his name is, Dick Clark, Ryan Clark,
Kenny Clark.
What's his name? Kenny Clark.
Coyote
you could have
says,
gotten Kenny Clark, not him, but somebody like him.
yeah.
You could have gotten it.
Coyote says the $2 super chat breaking. Micah's back is magically healed.
We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that, and I'm gonna get. That's all the negative I really had.
Yeah.
It's a sad day because he's a dynamic player. That's the bad news. Okay.
Well, I had like
Any
my
bad news for you?
Well, when I look at it, I mean, what is it? It wasn't positive. I mean, there's no free agent going, man, okay, well, you know what? Go ahead and put Dallas on the top of my list of places to visit this offseason. It's like it's not amusing in that sense. You still have another guy that, Cowboy fans want in the sense of George Pickens that, wow, we're not dealing with that agent. Okay, all right, we understand it was a 1-year rental, but I think it's one of those things that any of those Cowboys that had hopes are beyond that. I think they kind of have to come back to the reality as well that might be the case, that we unfortunately this agent he has a history of his he gets a top dollar, but it's always with another team. It's not with the team he's negotiating. It's with an outside person that just wants to pay money to get the source. So I mean, it makes sense why he's getting a lot of money. But it's just something that you can't. So there's that. There's all that free agency stuff that comes with the negativity. Micah. There's some negativity there in the sense of what do you get really out of the long run when you talk about sales, state taxes, and all that stuff is like $900,000 more a year. And you live out in Wisconsin, man. Good luck with that.
Piss off the Cowboy fans, you lose a lot of your viewership on your podcast.
And we're thinking about sponsorship. I mean, nothing. I mean, you're going to get something. Don't get me wrong. He's badass, but like it's not going to be the top like he was going to get before.
But as far as being negative to the Cowboys, that's all I see.
No, I just see. I see how negative on both sides in the sense of the negative for him, and negative for the Cowboys. Just, I mean, it's just there. It's just, I think by a while, maybe a good NFL season, this will all be kind of passed under the rug. But what's he put on his thing? Revenge. His next chapter is revenge. It's like, well, when it comes to Micah Parsons, a lot of the shit that he says doesn't really come true. So there's the next chapter.
And Loyal says if you would have signed him, or Twiz says if you guys would have paid Micah, you would have been in cap hell. And that's because, that goes directly into the Joneses, the dysfunction, like my morning video, the dysfunction of our front office. Now that's the negative, right? That's the negative.
Well, the negative too is just like, do we believe what he says? He didn't. Oh, don't worry about it. I wouldn't lose any sleep at night over it. And then they trade him. It's like, a lot of the Cowboy Nations is losing some sleep.
Yeah, they're losing sleep. A lot of jerseys were bought. A lot of people love this guy. Listen, he has a high motor. But let me start turning the page a little bit.
Let's go to the positive.
Turn the page. Let's turn the page because
for everybody
now, as we hear, Phil, we're hearing, and this is, I don't usually like this, but this helps the fan base. You're starting to hear more people had an issue with Micah. We all know that Trayvon Diggs and him are tight. Brian Schottenheimer, Phil, called a lot of the guys on the team as it was breaking before it broke publicly. And I love that with my coach. He addressed it. He didn't shy away from it, Phil. He called Trayvon. He called. You remember Malik Hooker last year being critical of the podcast? Now we're hearing Dak Prescott went to him. That's a report, or he made statements of, remember he was rating quarterbacks in the middle of the season. Let's see how Titletown, let's see how Green Bay, handles that when Jordan Love is not available due to injury because he's often injured, or Jordan, let's see how it happens. You know what I'm saying? It'll be funny to see, but we're hearing more and more people.
Well, of course, I mean isn't that the cowboy way? All that shit starts coming out. It's instead of everybody kind of just.
But it's the tone of the players, and then when you heard Brian Schottenheimer today at the press conference said it was a unanimous yes. They had, don't get me wrong, they waited. They all said he's a great player. They weighed the pros, they weighed the cons, and all the coaches agreed. They are excited to move forward with Kenny Clark and these edge rushers. And the way I keep saying it, and people don't want to listen. You just look at his track record. Eberflus plays a defense where it's multiple. He wants to use Ezeraku all over the place. Okay, Houston, who was an absolute beast this offseason. Absolute. You got Dante Fowler. You got Sam Williams. It goes. No,
I love, and we talked about that. Well, we love the depth that's there, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we're in that same category as we understand. We take a big step back by not having Parsons, but we love the rotation. It's not like the defensive tackle type of situation that was lacking, and I like the whole Kenny Clark thing, but he doesn't come in and obviously just solve all the problems either, and so
he does not.
Yeah,
he does not.
And I think he's definitely.
I saw a stat on the internet today where their defensive line with Osa and Kenny Clark and Solomon Thomas, they have vaulted, towards the upper echelon of the league. They're not like the Eagles, but I heard top 5, but I'm not going there. Listen, if I can get the mid-pack, we're talking defensive line and edge rushers. They are very, very talented.
Yeah.
So again, people can say, "Oh, you're not that talented." I don't really care about your opinion.
When I look at this trade, I think both teams benefit. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of them. Oh, we should have got more. Should have got more. I think people forget that DeAndre Hopkins went for a 4th-round draft pick. There was, obviously people are going to talk about age, but people were shocked. Nobody's picking him up, and I could have got him for that, and he's worth so much more, and not remembering that he was a free agent out there. But and I'm not going to try to compare the two. But at a time where now values where the draft picks, you're not getting that high draft value for a lot of them. Obviously, we want the Khalil Mack where there's a couple more, a 2nd rounder, a 3rd rounder. But I think it's one of those things where they the whole Kenny Clark thing took all that other stuff away. And, hey, I think right now at least you get somebody in there that, I don't know, man. It's just going to be a part of the rotation that's going to be a step up than what we had. Definitely a big step up from what we had. I don't even know how to explain it more other than he's got to learn. He's got to learn. I mean, if he doesn't learn, it's not going to matter.
What I saw today, Phil, which I hadn't really thought about it. The top 5 edge rushers currently in the NFL haven't sniffed a Super Bowl. Looking at names, right? You don't just look at what the Eagles did. You win from the interior. Bruce Smith never won a Super Bowl. Julius Peppers, Derek Thomas, my cousin Kevin Green, God rest his soul, he never won a Super Bowl. Chris Dolman, it goes on and on and on. There are a lot. I mean, the best edge rushers, you got what? Let's go down the list. Micah Parsons, obviously. T.J. Watt.
Well, yeah, I mean, and Parsons helps Green Bay. I mean, they need the pass rush.
You don't win by – Eagles showed it, right? The Eagles have showed it. You don't win Super Bowls by having Micah Parsons. You could scheme around a guy like that where, but if you have a guy and if you have a solid middle of the line, right, that is where it really matters. Matt Eberflus is one of the best in scheming pressure. That's what they're excited about. Okay, they're going to move Donovan Ezeraku. I mean, Ezeraku was a stud in college. Hasn't done much. He's been great in practices.
Missed the games. You can tell he's kind of getting manhandled a little bit.
He was lined up opposite of what he normally plays, and they're excited to have him line up in the A gap. They move him both left and right. Again, I think people need to take a step back, realize, okay, Micah, he was a game wrecker. When all else fails, he can get pressure with Micah. That's where Micah's great. But, you get a Kenny Clark, which has been a blind spot, a 3-time Pro Bowler. He gets penetration on the way to the quarterback. That's what Dan Quinn likes. That's going to help immediately. That's going to help. Him and Osa next to each other are going to be really, really good. Now, again, we need to see from our young edge rushers, but we do got Dante Fowler, right? He had over 10 sacks last year. We got second-year Marshawn Nealon, who plays inside and out. You got Ezeraku now. And let's not forget that the rumor, he had been playing it more and more. Agent Zero will be coming back sometime this year, and they plan on using him. If you just saw Agent Zero standing next to Kenny Clark, he's way taller, and Kenny's 6'3". Agent Zero is a big boy. He is tall. He will be lining up on the edge, and he's dynamically fast. I mean, again, he needs to stay healthy, but that's just going to be yet another weapon that everybody's forgetting about. And now with the emergence of hopefully Trayvon Diggs playing week 1, you have Trayvon, you have Bland, you have Elam. Now you're cooking with gas, right? I mean, now I'm telling you, you guys are sleeping. You gonna sleep, we gonna creep. Everybody's overreacting. It's funny how the same people who Micah, we own Micah, can't stop the run. Now that he's gone, you're like, well, he's, you guys suck now because he's gone. Well, hold up. How do you have it both ways, Phil? I know I'm talking a lot, brother. Go ahead.
No, man, I'm just one of those. When we talked about it before the season, I think we talked about it even with Dak. It's just either you sign him or you move on. You either sign him or you move on, and it's one of those, you can't sign everybody, and we understand that, and we've been knocking them out of the way quite a bit. And there's some that and when somebody leaves, Cowboy Nation flips the fuck out. Sorry when I say that, but it's true. I mean, I'm gonna beep that in that sense, but we can't do that every single time, guys. It's just, eventually we're going to lose somebody, and it sucks that we lose our best generational pass rusher, and it sucks, but at the same time, at least you got some value. Think about how the Cowboys have walked away from an Amari Cooper at a 4th-round draft pick. Think about if they would have got a 3rd for him. The flip out that would have happened, Just, it's just...
You got 2 number ones, and if all else fails... this is my plan, Phil.
At least a rotational guy, right?
Next year, you trade the Green Bay pick. Let's say it's 26, whatever. You trade it to a team who wants back into the 1st round, right? You get a 2027. You get their pick in the 2nd, and you get a 2027 first. Now you go into 2027 with 3 number 1 draft picks. That'll get you just about anywhere you want to go in the NFL draft.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's a quarterback at a University of Texas that's available, you have the ammo to go out and get them, no doubt.
Well, when you're looking at the next 2 years, I mean, with these 4 picks, you're going to be going, obviously the back of the round, but it does not bother me. I mean, I love that first day, some action.
Know, Phil.
Exactly.
I've seen weirder things happen.
Yeah, I would agree.
As far as Green Bay, everybody's anointing them all of a sudden.
Yeah, right? I saw that.
Jordan loves playing with a knee brace, Phil.
Well, I mean, I don't question,
the division as Detroit and Chicago.
I think the offense is going to be the offense. The defense, when you watch them in the playoffs, they needed a pass rush. So I think, again, I think both sides definitely benefit. And when you really think about the Cowboys and how top heavy they are with some of these, they couldn't sign everybody. They still needed to sign Tyler Smith. Maybe if a Pickens can try to get some kind of negotiation, I doubt it. And then you got, Bland that we talked about. At some point, it's got to kind of stop. But at least with these picks, you can kind of get good players to a certain cap number for 4 to 5 years. And let's be real, man. These Cowboys ownership really needs that benefit because they're terrible at negotiating otherwise.
Yes.
What are you looking up? What kind of stat are you looking up right now?
No, I was just looking at the Vegas odds. Still have us at 7.5 wins over and under.
I want to kind of talk because
it dropped to 6.5. So they lost a game up from 7.5 to 6.5.
When Green Bay pays Parsons, people talk about 47. It's not exact 47. I'm not sure how the cap number kind of works. But the fact that there's dead money for Clark, I'm not really sure. I haven't really been able to see how the Parsons trade or the Parsons contract has unfolded. Have you looked at that?
Yes. Well, I did yesterday. He got $138 million guaranteed. It's a 4-year. I don't know. I gotta look it up. Hold up.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I was just seeing in the sense of how much is it counting against a cap. So I mean, let's see. Still 2025.
Oh no, you got 120 in guarantees. So Dallas's contract was more guaranteed. So what Terrence Parsons was saying was wrong. Remember, he said it wasn't about the years. Well, it clearly was because Dallas offered a 5-year deal, and he wanted a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
So. Micah Parsons' contract details with the Packers: $120 million guarantee, $44 million signing bonus. I don't know if he can live off of that. I don't know if that's good enough for him. Let me see here. Sorry, it's blocked. Yeah, it's a 4-year, $188 million deal. So 188 divided by 4.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Kenny Clark.
47 a year.
Which had dead money, right?
A year. 47 in a year. So,
okay, so
it is what it is. 120 million in guaranteed money with 60.
See, when they were talking about it, it actually is true. That's exactly what they're paying.
What's that?
No, I was thinking maybe they were kind of like, obviously the salary cap shows something, but with the bonuses, it's right there. That's where it's averaging. I mean,
yeah.
But,
I mean, he's going to make every dollar of that contract. I just find it funny. You know what was a turn off when you saw him running around his house, and they were running around if you saw.
Yeah, well, that was fake. That was fake. Like, it's one of those things. Like, and I'm not trying to, you can't. I'm not a doctor or any of that, but I did take psychology classes, and that stuff is just he knows people watching his reaction, and he just I got to act excited about it, and so I don't.
Contract starts next year.
Yeah, this year was like 1 point something this year.
But he gets the $44 million at signing, Jimbo. So
yeah,
I think he'll be able to make the electric bill. Here's what struck me though. Once you go with an agent like David Mulligetta, you have prioritized money above everything. And that's cool. I'm not here to poo-poo it. Everybody's entitled to make every dollar that they can. Michael Irvin disagrees with that logic. And a lot of these greats, if you want to be a great and you want to go down in history, you want to play for these legendary franchises, not just Dallas. Now, Green Bay, you say legendary. Okay. Reggie White should have stayed in Philly, people. Reggie White should have never went to Green Bay. He should have won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Okay? As much as Green Bay has won, I think the Eagles franchise is better than Green Bay's franchise. It's just in totality. I know they had winning way back in the day, but it's just weird to see Micah, and he was running around and freaking out all about the money. Which goes back to the first thing. It's not about the money.
Well, I want to keep everybody together. Yeah.
It is about the money, Mike. Just own up to it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. When you go out and get David Mulligetta, his track history is to rip teams apart for the highest dollar. Deshaun Watson, left to go to Cleveland for a fully guaranteed deal. How did that work out for Deshaun Watson? I get it. He's rich. But sometimes that's not everything. Roger Staubach for the Cowboys made pittance to the NFL, but made hundreds of $millions because he lived in the DFW area, got involved in local businesses, and that's how he made all of his money, because he was an ex-Dallas Cowboy. You can do that in a lot of organizations. A lot of these Eagles, Bill Berge, a lot of these guys locally, they make a lot of money after their career. Again, he's about the money. I think he made a mistake. I really think he made a mistake by crossing Jerry Jones. But he seems happy. I'm happy for him and his family. I mean, I'm not going to tell them, Phil, I'm not going to tell them how to feel. Just don't come out and say it's not about the money, because it clearly was about exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, they just changed their life, their family's whole, generations of life. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, good for them. Yeah. So that's great. I mean, he's a generational talent. I think he deserves it. I'm not upset about the whole thing. I think he was able to, we at least be able to get something. Now, whether they do anything with it, they could be Mozzie Smith type of picks, and we're even worse off. But let's be real. When it came to the money, at some point, somebody was going to get dropped off. We were filling up the plate with our buffet, and then just some big huge appetizer. She's going to drop off the side of the plate, and somebody else is going to catch it. And at least with this one, you got something out of, hey, well, hey, I'll trade you this for that, your dessert or something. But I say that in a sense jokingly. I think both teams, and I think when you look at guys like Orlovsky and Steven, the Cowboys definitely lost in this one. Oh, of course you're going to say that. And I can understand why you would say it, but if knowing the Cowboys' history and how they don't get stuff for value out of guys like that, I at least give them credit for getting something.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah, and again, when that's as far as I go, because this whole situation is idiotic, and it should have been handled out like you said last year, and it shouldn't even came to this.
Yeah,
and so the Joneses are stupid for this whole situation. So I really want people to understand that we are not on their side at all.
But we're not going to sit there and put our head between our legs. Game time. He can't needs to be a mod. He can't. Who's he can't? But yes. Here's the deal. I'm not going to sit there and put my head between my legs and be upset about everything. I'm not going to do it, people. We're going to move forward. You're either with us or against us. That's how it has to be. Football starts next Thursday. Win or lose, we're going to be there rooting on our team, and I like what we did. We actually did something smart. I would have liked to have done it before the draft, Phil. I did go with the Cuba Libre. The Cuba Libre as man. I know you're asking, brother.
I'm going to go on the side of I like that it didn't come before the draft. Because I like the upcoming two drafts more than I'd like this this one that just passed. So if it was my choice.
He has to put a link in, please.
Oh, okay. Troy, where are you?
Thank you. There's one spot in the free fantasy league that the draft is tomorrow. It's tomorrow late afternoon on the East Coast.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to get you. Go ahead and entertain him. I gotta.
Yeah. Yes. Troy Daniels has one spot left in his fantasy football league. I gave out 2 plaques, not one. I spent over $100. I know. Just because Drew's here, it's not about the money to me. I Drew won the Pigskin Pick'em, which he's gonna put that link in there. It starts Thursday. I gotta make my picks. Pigskin Pick'em, Eagles Drew won. He got a beautiful plaque. I don't know that I'll do plaques next year, especially if they win it again.
I got my plaque over there.
And Primetime won. Thank you, Troy Daniels. So just pin that up at the top, the fantasy football.
Man, you bossy, dude.
Please. There's only one spot left, so somebody go grab it. Thank you. And Troy's going to put the Pigskin Pick'em link. I will also give a gift out
Straight up,
for
Jimbo.
that. I don't know if Primetime is locked into that, but we'll get them locked in. What
are you talking about, Jimbo? I said that we're going to pick at the back end of the draft. I didn't say we're going to pick top 10. I never said that.
No.
So
but
I don't
Jimbo,
know.
Here's the deal, brother. This next draft, I want to trade the Green Bay pick. I only want to have my one pick, right? I want to trade the Green Bay pick for a team that wants to come back into the first round, and
get something.
I'll get
2 more. Yeah.
I'll get a first round pick in 2027.
Well,
and then in 2027, I'll have 3 first round picks, Phil.
And if that was to happen, I'm gonna go ahead and take Cowboy Nation and say, no, nobody's gonna trade their first pick for Archie Manning for 3 first-round draft picks, 2 first-round draft picks. They're staying still and they're gonna pick Archie. So you might as well just get that out.
Tennessee. Not if it's Tennessee.
Oh, that could be.
And
but
if
you really
Manning
think
does
Tennessee?
What Eli did and said, I'm not playing for this.
I don't think Tennessee will be last unless somehow they traded and got the pick somehow.
They could be. If you have a young, if there's a bad, like we're talking.
It's not Bryce Young. It's not a Bryce Young. He's
It could be. Yeah.
He's more of a. I can understand what you're saying in the sense of the rest of the team, maybe.
It puts you in the conversation. All I'm saying is you're now in the conversation. You have the ammo to get to the number 1 pick if you want. If you can't, you can't. But you're still going to get up there to get somebody every year.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. For example, if you had if a team like Jacksonville that had Trevor Lawrence and paid was up there, do you think they traded out?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Let's say a team like Jacksonville that has Trevor Lawrence, and Archie's there. Do they pick Archie or do they trade off Laura? What do they do?
Sign Trevor, man, they're not moving on from Trevor. All right, then what else will be better than take on?
Oh, but I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense of getting more first rounders. I'm never gonna
Wouldn't that just kill a certain YouTuber that if we went out and got Sunshine to be our next quarterback? Sunshine meaning Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, from the
Imagine
Titans.
If we got Trevor Lawrence, imagine if we got Trevor Lawrence. A certain YouTuber, a certain cowboy YouTuber, just shits on Trevor Lawrence because of his contract. So now I hope this certain YouTuber goes after Micah because of his lack of playoff. His one sack, 1.5 sacks in 4 playoff games. We hear all this talk about Dak Prescott can't get the job done. Yet we're paying $47 million, literally $6 million more than Myles Garrett, who's a 2-way stud of a player.
But still, he was probably. And the worst thing about that is he was our best defensive player, probably.
He was.
So.
I love Micah. I'm not saying not, but if we're really removing ourselves back, he's a great pass rusher.
But we weren't ahead to do that.
We weren't ahead to do that, and we're not. It was a good move. Even Eagles Drew texted me today. It was a good move for the franchise. We were never a Super Bowl team this year.
Both franchises. I want to be real, man. I think Green Bay definitely benefits us from that, and I don't know Micah himself, but I definitely think both franchises benefit from this trade. And I mean, and I'm not somebody that's hoping or anything like that, but obviously they can F it up, and it goes totally going Green Bay's way if they don't pick at least some guys. But if they get some guys like a Tyler Smith type of situation where those are some Pro Bowlers, then it's a whole different story, Yeah, easy 2-way stud, easy. I have a lot of hopes for him. I watched him in college. He was playing against Florida State. I was expecting a little bit more from him from the preseason, and so he kind of disappeared on me. And so I'm a little bit, one of those things is when you want to kind of see the development and see where they go. So that's why I'm happy when we guys got like Dante Fowler. It's that way it gives him a rotational situation, and Easy can kind of put on that weight going into the next following season. I think that's when I look forward to him a little bit more. Nealon, I look forward to him coming back. I know he came back towards the end of the season from his injury, so just getting some time after that. I want to see the rotation of defensive ends, but I'm also interested to see these defensive tackles, and especially as we go further on in the season. But then again, Clark has disappeared further on in his career as they went into for example, last year in the playoffs, had his moment.
Yeah, I agree. Arch doesn't want to be in Dallas, loyal. Actually, how do you know that? YouTube. We don't know.
He asked him. I had lunch with him the other day.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. All I'm saying is you have ample amount of weapons to do what you want. You got 2 number 1s, right? If you want to get up if Dallas finishes in the top 15.
When's the last time we had anything like that?
When
was the last time we had something like that? 2 number ones.
Well, that's how. Um, yeah, and we got him, and we got 2 number 1 picks for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that's I'm not again.
Think about
We
that.
ain't gonna screw it up, but it's been a long time since we've even looked forward to any of that. Think about that when that comes around. Whether the season is shitty, good, any of that stuff.
And it's
Eventually,
at
that's
a
gonna come around. It's gonna be a
position-
really good
And
thing.
it's at a position where we are stacked. It's at a position where we are stacked, right? Eagles
Yeah.
just won a Super Bowl with
I
no
heard.
defensive end that was as good as Micah.
Well, I mean, when you look at the season,
Right.
how it's going, I think
They were
think
good
him-
because of the interior.
Oh hell yeah! But when you look at them going into the season, he was going to play this whole. He'll probably come back for a game, go out. Oh, I'm injured again, and he, it was going to be this back and forth, tippy toe, hokey pokey situation with playing, and just so he can get through the year. So I think that would have exactly what would have happened. So you don't have that distraction. You go ahead and get value. I just think there's a lot of positive. He can kind of get on with his stuff. Is he gonna? I would imagine they're gonna play him and you just ramp him up, just like Shotty was saying. I think that
Right.
with Clark, I don't know how much is he going to be playing with just knowing the rotation, knowing just the plays. I think with defensive tackle is a little bit easier, but it's still interesting. So, Bryan, with this all kind of like pushing out of the way, because obviously we need to kind of turn the page and start looking towards the first game. Not having a full healthy roster, we still got some people waiting in the wings to come back, and shifts and everything. Do you think? What I'm gonna I ask
about
you
the roster a little bit. I mean,
Yeah, well, let's go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused of the roster gymnastics that they were pulling.
Dude, some of it makes no
yeah.
sense.
Again, what they're doing now, everything is falling into place for them. Long story short, they cut
Flournoy.
Keeman Hall,
Oh yeah.
brought him back, and then cut him again. So the Keeman Hall is gone, right? They were able to get everybody back that they wanted to get back, right? They went out and got Trevor Keegan from the Eagles practice squad. He was out there on waivers, so that's a good backup guy. But we are so heavy. I'm waiting for another shoe to drop. We were able to bring back Jalen Moreno Cropper. We were able to bring back
Holden was my
Jalen
guy.
Brooks. We were able to bring back Trayshawn Holden. But we cut Ryan Flournoy, which only gives us 4 wide receivers on the active roster. Now we got, again, I expect Flournoy to be brought back, but right now there's no spot. But they have 6, I repeat, 6 defensive tackles. So West Virginia, I don't think they're cutting Mozzie because of the salary, but somebody got to go.
Yeah, why isn't
Something's
Mozzie
gotta
cut
happen
yet?
there.
They're going to try to trade him.
Something needs to happen. With
I just want a
if
Costco
not
membership.
Mozzie, somebody. I mean, they just do.
Yeah, I would say Twiz. I would say a lot less than that, man. He says, "What's the odds of Pickens getting re-signed?" It was like 2-3%. Like, especially if they don't talk to him.
I don't know. And well, I don't think they're. I mean, Mulligetta did what he did. There's more of an opportunity to re-sign Pickens now than if they would have signed Micah.
That's right,
Now
it is
there's
available.
money.
That's funny.
And if Pickens, he's gonna do what, again, the agent does what the player wants him to do, right? So
Daniel M
Pickens
says,
may not be that way.
Daniel M says, "Hey, do you guys think the Cowboys make another trade?" I mean, that's what they hinted at, right? I mean, we got these first.
I
we
hope
can do something
not.
with it.
I hope not.
Like, I hope not either.
I want to
really
keep
do.
my ones. I want to keep my ones. As much as I like Kenny Clark, I don't like his age. He's soon to be 30. Again, he's just signed a 3-year deal. So
I see him playing maybe 32, 33, but it depends on how that foot injury. If he goes through and doesn't have it's a different injury compared to that one, then I would be great. But Patrick Foley with the $10 super chat says, I wouldn't have minded this trade if they had signed Fowler to a long-term deal, but he's going to be gone and we're back to the next top pass rusher in the pair.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. He had the same amount of sacks as Micah last year, Patrick. So I hear what you're saying. Or no, Micah had 12 and he had 10.5. Listen, Patrick, I hear what you're saying. He's not Micah Parsons. He's not. But your defensive coordinator could generate pressure. Okay. Now they just can't look. Now they have to worry about the interior.
I think what happens is as we watch this season unfold, we really got to watch how this pressure comes, because when people start to look good, and it's really because maybe the scheme happened or of course, he's shooting up a gap that's wide open. He better, make that tackle. Those a lot bit different than, okay, they were doing a running play and he shot the gap and then he tackled for a loss. That's a whole different thing. I just want a defensive tackle that can do some defensive tackle stuff. I love the pass rushing ones that we have in house, but I just need somebody to kind of like at least look tough. I mean, I don't know, man. All of our guys that we had some kind of draft thing with, we let them go a little bit early, and then all of a sudden they blossom into something bigger than think about Malik Collins and what he ended up doing later on. I mean, I wasn't a big Malik Collins fans, but you got to give him credit for what he did. What is Bohanna? I mean, he's a little bit more of a threat. So Quentin Bohanna, right there it is. Yeah, so I mean,
hey Elena, how are you?
When you look at this, I mean, I would imagine that somewhere on that defensive tackle, somebody's getting something, whether it's getting pushed to a practice squad, getting cut, something. Wide receiver wise, I just can't. I can't imagine why you would leave Flournoy out, like you're saying. Especially, you're not going to bring some other wide receiver in all of a sudden.
Practice squad right now, and I expect more moves here. They brought back Isaiah Land, yet another defensive end. I don't understand why we bring. I think they bring him because when you pick up guys, right, and you release guys at like the next day, everything has to wait like 24 hours, right? So I think we're not done. I think you'll see Flournoy because he cleared waivers today, but there's no spot on the practice squad right now. So, right now I'm looking at, you got Jalen Cropper, you have Trayshawn Holden, and Jalen Brooks. So I don't know if Flournoy's coming back. That's 3. You're going to have 4 wide receivers on the practice squad? I don't understand it. Will Greer, obviously. Keeman Hall was brought back on it. So I just don't understand what they're, So as we sit here today, Ryan Flournoy is out.
Elena Walker. That's what I thought as well, but I looked it up,
Howie.
the information, and actually he is. David is Pickens' agent. I kind of said that to Bryan earlier. I go, it's not his agent. And then I looked it all up, and I thought, oh, no, it actually is his agent. And so I'm like, crap. I was hoping so too.
Good. Hallie Pierce has a good point. Do you think getting Kenny Clark might be Mozzie's last chance of he mentors him besides mentoring Toya and others? Hallie, again, we are sneaky good now on that defensive line. We have been. We needed a guy like.
We needed that Hankins guy to kind of.
We needed him again. Like we needed a guy like him, and that's a good point. They're not cutting him. Why? Because of the money, Hallie. This is a problem with the Joneses.
I don't want to waste money.
Yeah. Ronald Tyke Oliver, the music mogul, is in the house. What's up, Ron? How are you, brother? Micah will be an hour away here in Wisconsin, baby. Ronald, it sucks that we lost him. But again, as Cowboy fans, we need to learn to turn the page and look at positives. I will not crap on Micah. He is a baller.
Hell yeah, he is.
Again,
dude, I wish him luck and the best, except for when he plays us. And it's just going to suck because he's going to whoop our ass. Especially with the tackles that we have right now.
And we play him in week 4.
And maybe playoffs if we can get there. If, big if. Cowboy Corners agree with you. It says sneaky good is accurate. Perrion made Mozzie look irrelevant. I think the whole thing. That's why, to me, Mozzie should be the one out the door. Sam
Williams does not look good. I'm sorry. I'm getting to the chat. Sorry, brother.
No, it's true, man. Go ahead. That's what I've been doing as well too.
I'm an idiot. I'm used to doing it. I have like Tourette's when I get to the fucking chat.
Well, sometimes I was expecting the Cowboys to do a switcheroo, just send Sam Williams over to Green Bay and just put a Micah Parsons jersey on him.
I heard Gary initially, and Gary's a better player than Clark, but it's at a defensive end. Listen, guys, the story has not been written on these defensive ends. So if you're telling me that we can get 2 number ones from Micah and a stud defensive tackle, that's
Straight
not
up,
a bad
Caplow.
deal. And there was not many teams willing to give up for Micah. And when you tell me that they, like when they did the vote in the room, and it was a resounding "let's do it," that tells you something. I'm just saying.
To me,
when you
I think
pay
that
$47 million annually, Phil, you got to be more than just a great player.
I think
I'm
he could have
sorry.
not said that shit as well too. I mean, like you didn't need to really say
I
that.
close my door.
He didn't really need to say that out loud and telling on people and stuff. Oh yeah, he was okay with you being gone. Oh, he was okay with you being gone. And really, when I look at it, and I really kind of want Bryan to hear this, but when I look at this whole situation happening, think about the fact that he didn't even make it one off season. Actually, he didn't even make it one off season before with DeMarcus Lawrence being gone. You know, all that crap that he was talking as he was out the door and everything, and then he doesn't even stick around. He's out the door as well too. So I just think it's funny, man. It's just he rides the emotional roller coaster that he is, and I think he plays with a passion. I think that's what separates him a lot from another player. So it's just kind of funny. I mean, it's interesting to see the whole thing play out. And Jerry, let's just be real. I mean, another ego hit, and I think again the whole front office being on the same page as well too, getting the value out of that. So I think that says a lot.
Well, Jimbo says, Bryan, how could you say it wasn't a bad deal? It's not a bad deal when you get 2 number ones and a Pro Bowl player. It's not. I mean, yes. Would you have gotten more in March? Yes. We are already, Jimbo, we already covered that they screwed the pooch there. But as we sit here today, when a player who said he was going for a second opinion on the back, and we're getting word that he was willing to sit out games.
No, he was going to sit out. He wasn't going to be around.
$1.6 million a game, Jimbo. And now all of a sudden he finds out he's traded. He's running around his room, and the first thing he says on the podium is his back is fine. That tells you it was toxic. He needed to go. It was not a bad deal. You got 2 number 1 picks and a Pro Bowl defensive lineman. It's not a bad deal. Is it what we would want? No. We would want more. I wanted 3 number 1s, to be honest with you. Or I wanted 2 and multiple players. They didn't get it. So it's as good as it could have been? No, but anytime you get multiple number 1 picks, it's not a bad deal. Especially, Phil, when we're stacked at the position. Okay? This is going to allow guys who can actually stop the run play more. They may be not as dynamic getting to the pass rusher. And on 3rd down and you need to stop, they may not get there. I get it. But they have a lot of talent, and Ezraku was a high pick this year. Marshawn Nealand was a high pick last year, who had a really good year and is arguably had the best offseason of any Cowboy on the defense. So only time will tell what those first-round picks are going to turn into, Jimbo. If they turn into nothing, then yeah, you're right. If they land us a franchise quarterback, or if they land us the Alabama wide receiver next year and Pickens leaves, but we get Ryan Williams from Alabama, that's stud, and we have to give up a first round pick to move up into the top 5 to get him. Well, okay, again, we have assets, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, is it the Netflix documentary? I think somebody was telling me, is it Netflix documentary where you want to kind of duplicate exactly the same thing as with the Herschel Walker trade a little bit, where I'm like, well, you're not going to get that much value out of it as much as you want to. I think the NFL, again, we were talking about it earlier, the NFL trade market not being the same way. I think it's like a real estate. It's just kind of right now, it doesn't mean as much. You're not going to get these, if we look back at the history of some of these trades, they've gotten some crazy players for really, really cheap. So the fact that they got that much when they got, again, they got guys like Amari Cooper that they traded a first for, and he was very productive, still very productive at that point. just for a 4th round pick. I think the one thing that I say over and over again that pisses me off about this team is that they don't announce it. It's just like, I know you're sweeping under. I don't want people knowing, but let people know so people can bid, man. So people can throw stuff at you. You don't know what they're going to do. What a desperate team is going to all of a sudden try to scoop up. Oh, let me try to get rid of this guy. Try to move some space around to try to make some space. You don't know what they're going to do, and the fact that they really only do stuff within a week. You need to let a couple of months pass by with somebody being on a trade block. Let people know. That's the stuff that pisses me off when it comes to some of this trade stuff. What could you have gotten with Amari Cooper if you would have announced
a little bit of bidding? Yeah, I would have liked. I think if you would have got it. This is where you don't address things and you don't realize how toxic it's going to get because you wait till the last minute, right? You wait till the last minute. Deadlines make deals. Sometimes deadlines make deals that are not as good as they could have been. If you would have did this in March, you would have gotten a haul, right? So,
Yeah, I agree, and Cowboys say as they can, but I don't want them to trade them ones. Yeah, I don't want them either.
Sorry,
I want to keep those ones. I think there's still value there. I think we were talking about
keep the ones, man.
Definitely got to keep the ones.
Do not trade them for active players.
And don't trade your 4th ones. And don't trade your 4th. We still got our 4th for this upcoming year, right?
I want to have ammo for a potentially 2027 Arch Manning. That's what I want. If it goes great and we have to get future assets, well, at least we know we got 3 ones we could give, and then some. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, people. Again, we are so deep on defensive end. Mike is a game wrecker. I get it, but the same people who say that we stink now are the same people that say that Micah couldn't stop the run and he was a liability, right? That's the same people. So you put them in the category of a troll or they're just fans. Go eat your nachos and zip it because can't have it both ways. I'm sorry, but that's how.
Yeah, you're right, Twiz. I tried to play Madden with those from last year, and that contract sucks. It eventually eats. You're like, oh.
What, the salary cap on Madden?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I ended up trading somebody else anyway, so I'm like, it was Micah in real life, so it's like all the dead money. Listen, I think. What's that?
Just a programming note, everybody. We're not done, but just a programming note.
Was that all it was a 5th round? It wasn't even a 4th rounder? Oh my God, that was even worse. That's right.
What's that?
He's talking about
traded Cooper for a 5th. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's one thing, Bobby. What I wish Dallas would have added to the deal was some pick swaps.
Yes. Well, I don't know, man. I think we're gonna be worse than them.
Yeah, it could have been better.
I think we're gonna be worse than them. I don't want to swap our pick. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been better, but again,
that's probably why they don't think.
Shotty's trying to build culture, right? And he wants culture guys. It's real. They want him to be successful. I think he is really trying to build culture. He named it. I don't know the captains. It'll be issued tomorrow. He named 2 full season captains. Well, they voted. The players voted. So there'll be 2 players voted to the to be team captains, and there'll be a captain each week to go with them. But like a player of the week that'll be captain the following week. So that's kind of cool. But Shotty's all about culture. And again, I don't care if you're a Micah fan or not, he showed you who he was when the chips were down. He was laying on a massage table during a game. That's a bad look, man. That's a bad look. He's eating nachos. He could not turn that frown upside down. It was all about the last dollar he could possibly make. And you're entitled, Micah. You're totally entitled to that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. But that opens up for criticism. Sorry. That comes with the territory. What's funny is, Phil, when Lord Brunson backed out of Wednesday's show, Terrence Parsons was going to come in. I told you that, right?
Yeah.
He texted me the next day and goes, "Oh, bro, I'm sorry. I just, it was because I sent him a message on X. the last time we had Terrence Parsons on, all hell broke loose the next day. And then this time we were going to have him on. Oh, he got traded the next day. That's crazy. I just thought it was funny. So, just weird. Only Dallas. Dallas is 365, isn't it, Phil?
Daniel M, you keep bringing him up. Yeah, Trey Henderson is amazing. I think just incredible. Just the guy from the Bengals, the one that got the extension. Not the extension. He didn't get extension. He just got more money for this upcoming year.
He got $14 million added onto his deal.
Yeah, added on and stuff. And then, for them to trade him, they would have to take some dead money on that. I mean, not to say that they probably wouldn't. They were willing to as well. But you're going to have to pay a guy like that. And I think you're kind of right there in the same. Not to say that you have to pay them as high as Micah, but I mean, he's up there. He's up there. If he was willing not to take half of it, yeah, but I don't think so. I think he's going to be in the 30s, if not low 40s by that point.
Yeah. Listen, it sucks that he was traded to Green Bay, Jay Smooth. I'm not going to lie to you. It was.
We would definitely loved an AFC team.
That tells you there wasn't a lot out there that were offering. So, Jimbo, to your point, again, not many teams were offering. I would rather have had Buffalo's 3 number ones or whatever the hell, 2 number ones, Cook, but they didn't want to pay him money as a running back, and Ed Oliver, but maybe they didn't like this player is better than Ed Oliver. This defensive lineman's better than Ed Oliver. So again, they got what they could. They cut bait. It was a unanimous decision between Shoddy and Eberflus and White Cotton. They were all on board with it. Matt Eberflus is ecstatic with this defense. I'm just telling you, all the trolls could sit there and talk their shit. You're gonna see it. May again, does that mean Thursday we're beating the Eagles? I don't know. I would love to, but it's a tough spot to be in. Stay tuned for the schedule prediction. If my defensive coordinator is excited, then I'm excited. So let's roll. Let's see what happens.
As you're talking, I'm editing.
Drew's Dallas
so everybody can see their chat a little bit more.
We'll see. Remember, Drew.
It could be. I mean, you never know.
If it's that way, I'm not going anywhere. But please don't make excuses if it doesn't happen and we don't get dog walked. Mm-hmm. Okay, I need you to say I was wrong. Again, not for me, but for everybody else that's got to put up with the constant rhetoric.
Well, I just think this is like you and I said. I mean, when we were talking about where we're going to be making the playoffs with Parsons, I don't know. I maybe whether we make them without it, it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
But it's also at least a brighter future. Even if again we talked about how they could screw it up and basically Mozzie Smith these first round draft picks, but if you're allowing the scouting department to draft a lot more. I think I feel a lot better, but at least you got some kind of future pieces with these top heavy contracts. Let's be real.
I like it. Again, the total guarantees on a 3-time Pro Bowler, Kenny Clark, is $13 million. That's the guaranteed money on this deal. Again, Micah Parsons was never the best player in any given year. Myles Garrett is beating him out. Micah Parsons has never been the defensive player of the year.
Well, let me ask you a question with this. I mean, you may not know this off the top of your head. What is that Kenny Clark contract going to look like for the next 2 years? Just because, Green Bay's going to have to pay some dead money and all that. How much is Dallas actually having to pay?
It's a steal for us.
Yes.
Oh, it's a steal. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So it says Dallas didn't want to pay Micah 47 a year, and that's the truth. I mean, they didn't want to even pay 40. They just, I don't know, man. Just again, the part of it is to be the way that Jerry is, and he tries to talk about how, it's just because that's the part of business, and just the way that he's being kind of shady. But how else? Maybe you can be a man and actually just say, hey, I really want to trade this guy. I want to get some value, instead of always like some kind of circus, just what's the guy, the main guy, the ringmaster? You know, just always some kind of drama to it. And I think if you can just push that out of the side and actually at some point take some situation serious, it'd be great. And you know, we just haven't had that type of Jerry for a long time.
Yeah, right now I'm looking at Kenny Clark, 2025. His cap hit is 2.3 million. His base is 1.3. He signed a 3-year deal in August.
Yes, yeah.
So his 2026 base salary is 8.8 million. Okay, he gets a 11 million roster bonus, workout bonus, yada yada. His cap hit for a 2026 is 21.5, and then 2027, his cap hit is 20 million.
Okay.
So base salary is 18.3, but again,
I'm not sure how much of that. Again, how much is
2.3, 21.5, and 20. 13 million of it is guaranteed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
13.
don't. They don't break it down and see how much still paying from that, and Dallas has to pay. They don't. Do they break that out? Okay.
Yes, they do.
My bad. Okay.
This year roster, Green Bay is taking most of the hit this year.
Yeah,
they are taking most of the hit. The cap hit for Green Bay is 26,365,000.
Yeah, by the time
Dallas
you get to that
pays,
next one, the one where it's the bigger contract, that's when you can walk away.
Dallas pays 2.3 million.
Yeah.
So Green Bay also ate the $26.3 million. So again, that all goes into the compensation that you're getting back. I saw a statement from Green Bay, their GM. He said, "We love draft picks. We love draft picks, but how we feel about the player is why we gave up 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark." So they love Micah. Again, let's see what happens when Micah, in this podcast, Jordan Love he's starting the season with a brace on his knee. He seems like he always gets hurt. He's hot or cold, right? So, okay, we'll see, man. Again, we shall see. Things have a way of working out. So maybe it wasn't working with the strategy that we were doing, Phil.
No.
Keeping everybody. Let's flip it and see what we could do with 2 number 1 picks in the next 2 years. Let's see.
Getting value for these guys instead of just letting them walk away.
We're not going to stick at 26. We're going to use these picks.
I'm going to get a comp pick. Well, let's come on, man. Let's get a little bit better than comp picks, man. Like, trust me, we love those too, but just a little bit more value. Let us have some excitement on those first 2 days.
Again, I'm not saying they won't, but we'll see. I would love for them to trade Green Bay's number 1 next year and get us a number 1 in 2027 and get us a second round pick next year. So we'll have a 1 and 2 2s next year. We won't have a 3. Remember, we traded that for Pickens. Mm-hmm. So that's why you want to get that extra second round pick anyway. Trade out. You get that first round in 2027. Take your 3 number 1s into 2027 and cook.
West Virginia Country Boy says, what's our cap now? Seeing different numbers. I saw that 40. Right now. I thought it was at 40 million.
It hasn't really computed. I'm looking at 39 million basically, but once it all goes through, we'll get near $50 million. So
nice.
We'll be 50 under. So, what they need to do though, now that you got the money,
resign these guys.
I want to see Bland and Smith sign before the season. They ain't gonna happen. Maybe Bland, but if you can get Tyler Smith and Teron Bland done now, that is also a good sign.
Other than those two, like when you look at that, boom, who's the next one after that? Like those are the two that we immediately think of, and beyond that.
After that,
because I'm not trying to like break the bank with Sam Williams. I'm not.
We already signed Ferguson, right? After that, it would have to be make a decision on Pickens. That's what it's going to have to be. That would be it, because Solomon Thomas is under contract for another year. Everybody else is young. Again, we're the 3rd youngest team in the league. Maybe we dropped a little bit because of the trade. you have a lot of guys on 1-year deals, maybe you turn that into maybe re-signing some guys that are having a good year, like a Kyer Elam. If he has a good year, or if he's playing balls out. If he balls out for half the season, you got Kenneth Murray. We'll see how he plays. Again, there's a lot of options. That's where we're looking. We're looking good on the salary cap now. We're looking real good. So, again, it's time to be positive, people. Turn the page on Micah. He got what he wanted. He no longer wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Good. Go. Now you're the enemy, brother. That's how it works in the NFL. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You leave the Dallas Cowboys, you are now public enemy number one.
I know I'm going to mess it up, but what's that phrase? Sometimes you live long enough to see yourself become the enemy.
Oh, yeah. I like that, though.
Yeah, it's just that's how it is. I mean,
Magic elixir. Magic elixir. We've been hearing that from a lot of Eagle fans all offseason. Sacks are overrated. There's always another down to play. It's about being sound. It's about being a good locker room guy. It's about being a good teammate. It's about being a teammate too. So it is. We shall see, man. We shall see. It's done. We can't take it back. They don't. Now let's talk about number changes real quick. I know
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Well, yeah, Jaden Blue went to his college
23.
number 23.
Choice, right? Tashard Choice as well.
Well, but he had.
You coached him.
Yeah, exactly. But he had 23 at the University of Texas.
Yes.
Miles
so
Sanders
that was good.
24.
Is that
you were a dead man walking, Mouse?
Who's 24? I think I saw somebody. Did Miles Sanders go to 24? I thought I saw him hinted.
Let me look. It may be. Let me see here.
There you go. Thank you, Joe Tomasi. Says you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. There you go.
Bingo. There it is.
There it
all right,
is.
you got. All right, let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just looking to see. I still don't like Marquise Bell at 14. That's ugly. Jaden Blue is 23. You got
Holden went to 80. I like that.
Trickwizzy Bridges went to 25. Let's see. I don't like Damone in 18. Kenny Clark is now 96. He was 97 in Osa. Is 97. So Kenny's 96.
Yes.
Let's see here. Elam is 20. I think he was always 20. Ezeraku stays at 41. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Dante Fowler still 13. Let's see here. Trevor Keegan has not been given a number yet. Just almost done here.
Williams still 33. I'd imagine so. I didn't hear that he was going to be changing his number.
Miles Sanders is now 24. He goes back to his Penn State number. So there you go. Miles Sanders is 24. Wow. I think that's all the changes. And look for Brevin Spanford. Brevin Spanford to be the number 2 tight end.
Well, what did we say?
Yeah. Again, Ultra used to hammer me. He stinks. I'm just telling you, man. He's had a great camp.
Obviously, he needs to stay healthy. I think that's his downside as well.
Siobhan Ravel went to 34. So he changed his number to 34. So overshown as Agent Zero. Obviously, we know that. Who's 80 now?
Holden. I thought Holden took it.
Oh yeah, Trayshawn Holden 80. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I do like it. Anyway, that's it, man. I mean, who's getting number 11? They'll probably let it sit a little bit.
Yeah, let it marinate. It's a little too soon. All of a sudden, it'll be the next defensive end like they did Ware's number, wasn't it? Like just the next person that came in was like 90. I'm like, oh my god, man!
Look at my guy here, Tony D. Man, they gave it to it is what it is. But is what it is. We got Javonte Williams wearing Tony Dorsett's number. For a while, they would give it out to a defensive back. You remember? Like a few times they would give it out to a D-back.
I know I've said it on here before, and I've said it, and I'll keep saying it. I think when you have those type of Hall of Famers, like if you give 8 out, you give it to every position except for the quarterback position. You give out 22, you give it out to every position except for the running back position. You know, it's a little different with the 88. That's been more traditionally handed down. It'd be different if they did it with 22. You know, if those guys were handing down the number, maybe, you know, it makes it a little bit more. But yeah, I think it's one of those ones you got to let it marinate a little bit. We had some good ones. Cedric Wilson did pretty well with it.
Yeah, Joe Damascus says Marshawn Nealon is wearing the DeMarcus Ware's number, and Kalen Carson is wearing Deion's number. Yeah, and again, the human seatbelt. That's he should have earned 21. I don't think he earned it.
No, I think
hey,
once you get past that first year where you actually kind of like, let's say you did the Deron Bland thing and did that, then you're like, okay, you can come back that next following year and do it. But you know, the NFL would be all strict about it. Oh, well, you got to pay, and you know, jersey sales, and so he tried to jump on it. He got cocky. Let's just be real. Unless he comes out somehow and just wows us, I was still seeing him get kind of beat.
Listen, man, this show is dedicated to Micah. We thank Micah. I thank Micah for everything he did. I thank him for his, one playoff win? It's not his fault. It's a team game. This football is the ultimate team game. If Brian Schottenheimer feels that trading Micah Parsons is better for the culture and part of it to bring a guy like a Kenny Clark, a 3-time Pro Bowler who stops the run, gets penetration, will fit in perfectly. He's a leader. He's a film guru.
That's so wrong.
Come on, man. It's what happened.
Oh no, who said that? Who said that? Somebody said did
Mouse,
give easy.
Micah.
Oh, Mouse 11 is going to easy.
Twiz, I'm glad Twiz is keeping it real because he's 100% right. I've always agreed with it. I love Micah. I want Micah on my team, but since he's not, it's a little easier to see the forest through the trees. You know, he's a great pass rusher. But you got to have a lead, and he only cares about himself. It's obvious.
Well, what made me nervous
Not
in general
everybody's like that.
Is when I heard about how he didn't want to make it. He didn't want a second contract. He didn't want another contract after this. This was going to be it, you know.
Why would you? Again, the reason why you got the Bleacher Report thing is not because of your podcasting skills, Micah. The reason why you got the Bleacher Report job was because you played for the Cowboys and you were that player. Sorry. The reach goes far and wide. Just look at the broadcast booth. Between Aikman and
you guys are hurt.
Yeah, Moose Johnson for years.
Oh yeah.
And Tony Romo, and I mean, come on. I mean, it is what it is. He took the money. God bless him. Just be honest and say Dallas wasn't willing to pay what I wanted. That's it.
And Jerry Jones got all butthurt.
He did. And Jerry, again, we rip Jerry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you look at Philly.
Yeah, with Jerry, it's all like...
Everybody wants to say Dallas is the only team that wants their players to take team-friendly deals. They do it in Philly all the time to keep the nucleus together. Look what they did with Devontae Smith. Look what they did with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts took a team-friendly deal. Devontae took a team-friendly deal. A.J. Brown took a team-friendly deal. These are the cornerstones of your team. Do you want to win or do you want to be the highest paid? There's a difference. The money will come if you win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. Durant just got the save. There you go. Trayvon Diggs took a team-friendly deal. He got hurt. Okay, you can't see that coming. Osa Odigizua took a team-friendly deal, Phil. You know.
Jake Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Knew the value of retiring a Cowboy. He wanted to play here. Took a team-friendly deal. The reason why you take team-friendly deals is so you can keep everybody together and hopefully win something.
I'm going to start watching these, Daniel M. But I honestly, I like the next two drafts a lot. So to get value in there, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
So that's why I was saying I'm definitely happy that we got it after this draft, even though it would make so much more sense to get it before, because you probably would have got a lot more value because people would have been desperate to get him. People would have had more availability to get him.
We wouldn't have gotten the Pickens, you know. Maybe we wouldn't have done what we've done.
Yep.
You know,
we wouldn't have got the roller coaster drama that it is Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons as the world turns.
Exactly. As the world turns, indeed.
And it's Spanish friends, your telenovelas and stuff. So, but no, man, with this thing, the next page turns. I know I'm gonna probably give them a little bit of promotion here, but I know Mike Tagg and Kelly K9, they were going to be going and tailgating the Green Bay game. That got a lot more interesting, man, for them, didn't it?
It did.
So
I'm still waiting for the invite to be invited on their show. We've had them on our show not once but twice. Mike Tagg, we've had you on twice, and you don't invite me and Primetime Phil into the cave, my man. What's going on with that? Come on now, let's go. Step up. Anyway, you go ahead.
Oh no, we suck again.
We suck again.
Yeah, we're not getting the invite. We haven't made it that far yet, Brian. I guess let's not let it go to our heads too yet. But when
he would love to come on our show, though. I'm waiting for the invite, Mike.
I'm waiting for it. He took his Micah Parsons stuff down. I still got mine back there. I think that was his Penn State one. So I at some point I'll have to replace it and figure it out. But you know,
you need to put that villain away. Oh, I can't say that. But you need to put your college jersey back in a frame up there. Come on now.
Oh, trust me, I have thought about it. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's why I like to put it out in front of everybody. He's like, oh, I knew it. Now he's a Packer fan. He was a Micah lover.
Yeah, I bought Phil his college jersey a couple years ago, and I gave it to him with his name on it. So
hell yeah.
You can be great. You can be great without the greatness of others. Literally says that on our ring. Mouse again, brother. There you go. I like when I have Eagle fans who keep it real, you know. Again, once the game kicks off on Thursday, we want to beat your ass and you want to beat my ass. Mm-hmm. I had no hate towards the Eagles afterwards. I know I see my buddy Bad Dog. He's like, I hope Jerry lives to be 125. He's not going to live to be 125, people. He will not live to be 125.
No.
He won't. He might.
He might. Actually, now you start thinking about it. You're like,
if Dracula bites him, he might.
He'll be like sitting there like.
So let's, before we get out of here, let's discuss what we got going on. We'll put Phil in the corner. Nobody puts Phil in the corner. I will. Sunday on my channel, we got the fantasy draft. Phil, the draft starts at 4.
Okay. Please remind me.
Yeah. I'm going live earlier I'm going live at about 2:45. You don't have to,
live.
But
we're doing it live
because the site automatically picks the draft order an hour before, so we'll get to see what that is. We will have our fantasy draft on at 4 o'clock. It's the Money League on Sunday. Now Wednesday, I brought this up to Phil today. He said it sounded good, but I need a confirmation. I am not doing an NFC East clash this Wednesday. And you ask, why aren't we doing it? It's so popular. It's doing so well. Because Dallas plays on Thursday. And we are going to do, right, Phil? We're going to do a show right here next Wednesday night. We're going to do a show right here. Right, we're gonna do our predictions for the game.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Well, you go ahead and do that as soon as the cameras go off. But we did. I did send you, Ron. You feel free to do what you want with it. I know I'm probably gonna use it.
Copyrighted.
Leading in. Well, it's not copyright. It's a revenue share. It's not a copyright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So, even though I deleted it. F you, Rob. No, I'm joking.
I ain't sharing shit.
My own album. Every time I play a song, I have to share the revenue. Come on, man. What's going on with that? Anyway, but yeah, so Wednesday we'll be right here doing our predictions are and then Thursday. Phil's is welcome to be a part of it. He will have a spot on my thumbnail, but I know Phil's very busy, and the post-game show will be right here on Gametime Bryan on my side, and right after the game is over, doesn't matter when, we will go live. I will go live, and if Phil wants on certain days where you can actually do it, we will definitely go live right after the game. And how I'm going to do it, Phil, is I'm going to go and do my thing, and then I'll open up the Zoom call for people to rant or gloat, whatever. But it'll be at my discretion. Obviously, it won't be right off the top. We'll break down the games statistically. We'll talk about any games that have taken place in the NFC East. Now, obviously, next Wednesday or next Thursday night, there won't be any games because we literally kick off the season, right, Phil? So it'll be fun. Phil's working on a intro for the show.
Yeah, I still got. Okay, how about I'm going to start? I'm going to start working on a intro for the show. I don't know if you saw, but if you go back to the beginning of this, you'll see that Micah Parsons was actually edited out of the intro.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I actually edited him out.
He out.
I put Tyler Booker in there, so I was like, all right, I need something very quickly, and so I put Tyler Booker in there, and so
nice.
I was like, we don't waste time here, man. We don't waste time.
Wow. Hold up.
What?
Shots here. Daniel M. My score prediction for week 1 of the 2025 season for the Dallas Cowboys would be 34-16 Cowboys over the Birds. If that happens, Daniel M., I may have that score, but it'll probably be opposite. But if I had that score and that's how it would work, oh my God, nobody's safe. Run for the hills. You guys are all effed. Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. Phil's like, shut up already. I know.
No, you're gonna get us canceled and stuff, man. It's like, hey, let's boycott these guys. But no, man. If you're going, we don't know what's going to happen, man. This team is.
I have no clue.
Yeah, we didn't get to see any of we didn't see any of the starters. You know, like, I don't even know. Is Dak still on this team? I think he is.
If Dallas wins, it'll be a surprise to me.
It'd be like, what are they?
Sorry. I can't predict them to win. Not against the Eagles on banner night.
No.
But stay tuned.
Not with our health and all that stuff. So there's a lot to it, man. There's a lot to it. But anyways, Bryan, man, here we are. We the drama again. We're gonna push that behind us. We're gonna move on. I wish him the best of luck, except for when he plays us. And I'm happy for both sides. And you know, I look forward to later on. We're gonna talk about those picks and bring them back up. And you know, whether the season was anything worth anything. You know, I guess that Green Bay success will be tied into this as well too. But otherwise, man, Bryan, here we are, man. We're going to be pushing forward, and we're going to be back on this channel on Wednesday to do a pregame. Wednesday night. So, Bryan, anything you want to say to the group before we get out of here?
No, I did reach out to Terrence, and he's going to come on the show again. So that will be interesting. So, Terrence,
yeah, he had that tour of the Green Bay facility where the welcoming.
Maybe we'll get
Micah
him
Parsons.
on. Maybe we'll get him on Green Bay week.
I like that. Ooh, spicy.
We'll see. Maybe we'll bring him on this show. I don't know. It's up to Phil. I don't want to go slumming that low, but yeah, I'm just
hey,
joking,
look, man.
Terrence.
Look, man. If he wants to, he got to get his green screen shit together. Okay, that's the thing. As long as he gets that.
All that cheesy. Come
Catch
on,
me
man.
outside. How about that?
How about that? Yeah, that was about as cheesy as. Come on, man. That was bad.
He tried. He just wasn't prepared.
He didn't try.
He's like, you got to babysit. He's like, I got to do this broadcast, and then just like.
He had a baby with a binky in his mouth on his leg.
At least he's responsible, man. I like it.
Oh, gosh.
That's our boy. That's what we like around here, man. This is what we started. We started from the bottom. Now we here.
Vinny, what did I do now, brother? Why do I
Ryan, relax a little bit.
What did I do? I'm just Whatever. All right.
Anyways,
That's
Bryan,
it.
I
Here we
appreciate
go.
you. I appreciate you coming through. And here we go, man. The NFL season is about to begin. And the next time you're coming through here, we're going to be talking about the first game of the season, pushing away. And Bryan, I appreciate
okay.
everybody doing what?
Ring that bell.
Ring that damn bell. You guys take care.
That was ominous. What the was that? What the is this?
Move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas. Okay, move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas.
Con J-Con y con la matrícula. Ella comparte amigas, dice que todo se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastar. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bye. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti, lo que tengo para ti. Sé que te va a encantar como meto yo.
Forgot what I was gonna say.